I want to say congratulations to the UConn. This is obviously I was away, so I'm a little late to it. But I want to say congratulations to the UConn women's basketball team for winning the national championship. Gino Auriemma winning his 12th national championship. They destroyed South Carolina 82-59. The question was, what was the divide? Was UConn 30-something points or 20-something points that much better than South Carolina? And I say no. I wasn't really able to talk about it. I think I talked about it a tad bit before I left. Momentum is a very important thing to have. And it's not just momentum in game, it's momentum. It could be a couple games. Momentum is important. It's important for your psyche. It's important for your team. It's important to have not just momentum, but to play your best at the right time. Your best players, your team playing its best at the right time. And that's what I think the biggest difference was between South Carolina and UConn. South Carolina deserved to be in the national championship. South Carolina was one of the best teams, if not the best team in the nation pretty much the entire year. But when you see UConn, you know how they talk about the proverbial switch? And when you flip the switch, let me tell you what it looked like for UConn. I think it started in the Big East tournament. Once they started I think it might have been the first. Once they started rolling, it never stopped. And when you have someone like AZ Fudd, when you have someone like what is her name? When you have Sarah Strong, I apologize. When you have someone like Paige Beckerts, when that ball starts to get rolling and you have generational players that will be, Paige Beckers is projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. When you have players like that and your whole team is rolling, they're playing their best basketball at the right time. Think about this. I'm not going to say they would have won. I'm not going to say they would have lost because I don't know. But I do think that it helped that they didn't have to play, they didn't have to play Juju Watkins and USC. But when you look at their road in fact, let's go all the way back to their closest game. Actually, their Tennessee loss, because they lost to Tennessee 80-76. Since then, they beat Providence by 37. They beat St. John's by 38. They beat South Carolina by 29. They beat Seton Hall by damn near 50. They beat Butler by damn near 40. They beat Creighton by 19. They beat Marquette by damn near 40. They beat St. John's by 31. They beat Villanova by damn near 28. They beat Creighton by 20. You go to the tournament, March Madness tournament, they beat Arkansas State by 69 points. They beat Dakota State by damn near 40. They beat number 3 Oklahoma by damn near 30. They beat number 1 USC by 14 points. They beat the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, UCLA, by 34 points. And then they beat South Carolina by damn near 30. Once the team, that's nothing but momentum. And it's talent, obviously, but it's momentum. Once the ball gets rolling, it's like an avalanche. Once that snow comes is coming, like once it's going down, once the team is, you can't stop it. And you have a great coach like Gino Auriemma. You have a star like Paige Beckers. And I think the thing that unlocked them, outside of Sarah Strong being as good as she is, the thing that unlocked them is AZ Fudd hooping. AZ Fudd had an incredible run, probably since from USC, UCLA to South Carolina. She had her best games of the season. She tied with Sarah Strong with the leading scorers in the South Carolina game with 24. AZ Fudd, mind you, she also came back from injury. She wasn't doing nothing really until she was doing something. You saw a team that was always good enough to win a championship. They just weren't. They weren't gelling. They weren't not gelling. They weren't playing their best. But once they flipped the switch, and I don't mean it in a sense of mentally, I mean it in a sense of once everyone started playing their best, once everyone started playing their role to the best of their ability, they were unstoppable. On the flip side, South Carolina, they weren't playing their best. South Carolina, while yes, they were winning, they won the SEC, it wasn't a cakewalk. They were struggling. Let me see. In the tournament, they won by 50. Indiana, they won by 11. Maryland, they won by 4. Duke, they won by 4. Texas, they beat Texas. They just overwhelmed Texas. And they lost to UConn. The issues and the problems that South Carolina had pretty much all season, they were able to mask because they're an incredible team. I don't think there's a team better in the nation than South Carolina was. But they weren't playing their best. A lot of these games, even though they won by a lot, they were down big that they had to come back. They were down against Duke. They were down against Maryland. They were down double digits against Texas. You had a team that was playing their best in UConn to a team that going into the national championship, you had a team that was playing their best in UConn and a team that wasn't exactly playing their best in South Carolina. And you saw what happened. I think Don Staley's an incredible coach. I think they'll be back. I don't know if they'll be back to the national championship, but they did just get the leading scorer in the NCAA. She just transferred to South Carolina, so they're retooling. But that's another thing. They didn't really have a go-to scorer. So congratulations to UConn for getting back to the mountaintop. I think they haven't won since 2016. UConn is UConn. They keep doing it. They keep getting players like Sarah Strong. AZ Fudd had her game. Paige Beckers is Paige Beckers. She had, I think, a 40 and a 30-point game in this tournament. And you know what's crazy about this too? When I look, only 2 players scored off the bench, and they still dominated. When you look at South Carolina, only 2 players scored in double figures. So I think they'll be back. But congratulations to UConn for winning the national championship. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.